So this is the biggest mistake you could ever make while getting ready for IELTS. If you made this mistake, you'll either fail the moment you start or have a pretty tough journey for sure. Let me explain. Okay, let's say here's where I am, and I know I need to pass IELTS. I'll be thinking, okay, I need to do a lot of things in order to pass IELTS. So I need to memorize all the vocabulary, and I also need to improve my listening and reading, so I probably need to do a lot of test papers. And don't forget, there are tons of speaking questions, so I definitely need to go through all the questions. Maybe I need to book some lessons with native speakers to go through all the questions. And don't forget, there are also writing, right? I need to get ready for the report writing and also essay writing, test 1 and test 2. Maybe let's just do one each every day. So now a typical day of my IELTS preparation would probably look like something like this. So I'm gonna pack everything as much as I can into my everyday, right? I get up really early, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I go to bed really late, midnight, right? So I'm studying. But often I feel like I'm doing a lot of work, but not necessarily getting any better. I often wonder, why, right? Why? I'm doing so much and I'm actually studying so hard. Why am I not getting any better? And I still couldn't pass IELTS. So I couldn't figure out why. And the reason is people often assume the journey to achieving your goal is a streamline. You just go from here and you do A, you do B, you do C, you do D. You do all of those work. The more you do, the more likely you're going to achieve your goal. That's what people assume. No, it doesn't work like this. The journey of achieving any goal, it more looks like in the process of climbing a mountain. So in order to get to the summit, right, we need to get to the base camp first, and then camp 1, camp 2, camp 3. Each represents a lot of skills that you actually need to acquire. You need to have a strong physical body, and you need to be able to deal with cold, and you also need to be able to learn how to use all the equipment. So imagine I don't have all the skills in order to pass IELTS, and I'm just gonna, put my head down and do all the stuff. So this way, you're basically putting yourself through this whole process every day. You're trying to climb the mountain, get to the summit without having the necessary skills to allow you to do that. But you are forcing yourself to do it every single day. You're approaching the problem the same way. You listen in the same way the first day in the month and the last day in the month. So you're not actually improving, but you're doing a lot. So every time you try to climb the mountain, you feel like, okay, I'm right here. Maybe you get here, but you get stuck right here. So you feel like I can only get 7 in listening, or I can only get 6 in speaking, but you keep on doing it. So every time you get here, you can't move on anymore. You can't get any higher than this point because you don't have the skills that's required to get to camp 3 and camp 4, let alone, summit. You don't have the skills. No matter how many times you try, you're gonna get stuck right here. Obviously, this is pretty bad. Working extremely hard but seeing no results. So how can we fix the problem? Reverse the whole thing. Reverse the whole process. Here's what I mean. So that's not how you should schedule your day. What we actually need to do is to reverse the whole process. Start from the goal, and that's where I am. And I need to know very clearly what this gap actually represents. What does it mean? Maybe spend a few minutes to find the IELTS marking rubric to understand what it actually assesses and tests. Or maybe find a few people who actually have passed IELTS examinations already and identify the features and skills they actually share in common. So let's take speaking for example. So if I look at those people who passed IELTS with a high score, they can all speak very fluently. And I need to identify what kind of skills allow them to speak fluently. And later I find out, okay, they all speak in chunks and they all have great motor skills. Motor skills means a flexible tongue and facial muscles, so they have control over that. So I also would probably identify they actually possess a sufficient amount of authentic chunks. And how are they able to do that? First of all, they need to identify what are chunks. If you're interested in learning more about chunks, I recommend watching these 2 videos. I'll put the link down below in the description. Now let's get back to the video. So now I understand, okay, I need to get this skill and then move on to this level and then move on to that level. Now I know what I need to do. So I'm not going to do all of those things because I know some of them are just a waste of time. So I just need to focus on this skill and that skill and that skill. So every day I'm just going to focus on those 3 skills and make sure I'm actually getting one step closer to them. I don't need to do a lot. Actually, you know what? If you can get better 1% better, just 1% better every single day, in a year, you're gonna become 37 times better than when you just started. That's how big of progress you can make if you be consistent and get a little bit better every single day. So focus on skills. Once I acquire those skills, I know that I'm doing it in the right way. So if I try to climb the mountain, now I have the skill to help me to get to the base camp, and then camp 1, camp 2, and then camp 3, right? And eventually the summit. So that's how we should schedule our day. Not starting from how many things we need to get done, do this and do that, do everything, the more the better. No. Only things that can help us acquire the skills are gonna help us to solve the problems. And this is how we need to schedule our day. And every day should be based on that, based on skill acquiring. And it often means problem solving. So reverse your preparation process. Focus on skill. Once you know what you're doing, put all your effort onto it. I'm pretty sure you get what you want sooner rather than later. If you enjoyed watching this one, like, share, subscribe. This video is a part of the IELTS series where I document my journey of going from IELTS Band 5 to Band 8.5. In the next one, let's find out some of the languages that you must have to score 7 or 8 in IELTS speaking. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.